Britney Spears has kind of triggered another debate, and it has to do with a dozen nude photos that she posted yesterday, and they are the latest in a string of photos that she's posted. There's a division here. There are some people who think this is Britney Spears showing her freedom. She herself has talked about freedom and the fact that, you know, she is her own person after 13 years in a conservatorship, and there are other people who think this is alarming.
I don't know why this is suddenly alarming because, as we know, even before the actually right before the conservatorship was lifted, that she was posting nude photos. She's been doing this. This is what she likes to do for some reason. But yes, there are people who, maybe it was because she did so many posts in one day, but people feel like this is, some people think that, you know, this is a bad sign.
And there are some people who are saying, hey, you know, this is a woman who really didn't have her 20s or certainly her 30s, and that she's kind of living life, you know, based on the pause button that was pushed 13 years ago when she was put in a conservatorship. So, I mean, it's kind of an interesting...
back then there wasn't social media. There wasn't, you know, so she didn't have an outlet.
You're right. You know, you're absolutely right.
There wasn't an outlet for her to post these things.
It was the beginning of social media, really.
Yeah. So when social media started, she was, you know, under this conservatorship. And we know for a long time she didn't even have a smartphone, right?
Oh, that's right. That's absolutely true. Her dad wouldn't let her have the phone.
So I guess a lot of this is new to her, and that's, you know, and that goes toward what people feel like this is just Britney expressing her freedom.
But it's kind of interesting that she is kind of getting some criticism for this, especially in a world where OnlyFans is super popular and we see some celebrities move to that. Obviously, it's different because it's a paid subscription, and some of those are
Brad,
totally new.
We see celebrity, like, we don't see a celebrity the level of Britney Spears doing that.
That's
normally.
fair. Not the level of Britney Spears,
Correct.
but we've seen covers. Remember Kim Kardashian? She was nude in that champagne one a couple years ago. I mean, it's obviously a little more artsy and a little more done professionally, but Kim was celebrated for that. Remember, she broke the internet for that, and I think there's a different standard here.
It may be, and as a matter of fact, I don't remember who they are, but I think Lizzo. There are a number of some big celebrities who have posted nude photos and never been dragged for it. And you're right. I mean, she is, but it's mixed. I mean, again, I think it's mixed. And there are a lot of people saying that it's hypocrisy because so many other stars have done exactly the same thing.
I agree that there is some hypocrisy there, but let's stop not dancing around it. The reason the difference there is that those other celebrities you're talking about aren't dealing with mental health issues that we know Britney is, right? Now, she can express, she's not under conservatorship, and she can express herself any way she wants, but that's the difference here, right? I mean, that's why that's why the public has a different reaction.
Yes, but there were, you know, a lot of people have mental struggles. I would argue just about everybody has mental struggles.
I would agree.
Everybody. And so the issue is, how do you contain it? How do you deal with it? How do you vent it? And, you know, maybe during the conservatorship, there was a time at the beginning where Britney needed this, but, you know, at a point, if the judge is saying, look, you know, maybe she has these issues, but so do a lot of people, and she can live her life and maintain it.
And that's essentially what the judge said, right?
Right.
So that's why she's not under it, and as of this point, she's not breaking any rules of Instagram.
So I guess the question is it fair to say, oh, but I remember what happened in the past, and therefore we're concerned every time you see something that looks a little different? So, you know, I think if you look at this and say, look, that it's not like her mental struggles evaporated, but if the judge is saying she's clear to run her own life and she's doing things like this, should we really start raising that specter again? I mean, I suppose you can, but should you raise the specter again of what happened 13 and a half years ago?
Hey guys, Lee Jackson, Vancouver, BC. Man, leave Britney alone. You know what I'm saying? She's a grown woman. She got out of her deal with her dad, or the conservatorship with her dad, and she's not in control of anybody anymore. I think it's unfair that she's getting a bad shake just because, you know, people think she's got problems, health, mental, whatever it is. Just leave the woman alone. Man, she can post whatever she wants to now. She's a grown woman. Just like other celebrities have done it, you know, she can do the same thing and not get ridiculed for it. So just leave the girl alone. Let Britney live, man. Free Britney. Let her do her thing.
The only counter to what you just said is when she puts it on social media, everybody knows the drill with social media, that everybody decides to chime in and become an expert. Right. And so by
as long as she knows she's going to get those comments.
Right.
But she's free to, because Free Britney happened. She's free.
It happened.
And she can do it, but with that freedom comes people are going to comment.